Help Wanted 2 looks amazing. Dawko had recently uploaded a video where it showed off our first look at the game. Honestly, this is shaping up to be one of the best FNaF games. There are some people who consider Help Wanted to be the best, so it wouldn't surprise me if later on I see people calling Help Wanted 2 the best of the franchise. Now, this video I'm making is going to be a little different compared to what I usually make, as it's not really scripted. I only have bullet points of what I want to talk about in terms of my hopes and dreams, or whatever I decide to call this video. If you find it entertaining though, check out some of the other videos I got. Also subscribe, give the Twitter a follow, and consider joining the Discord server. Also, one last thing I'd like to know is that this video won't be that visually interesting, so I'd recommend playing this video in the background while doing something else. The first thing I'd like to discuss with Help Wanted 2 is not even something within the game itself, more outside. That being, it should not be a PlayStation exclusive. As of the making this video, it's not yet been confirmed whether Help Wanted 2 will be a PlayStation VR exclusive. If it is though, I really don't see the benefit in that. PlayStation VR2 is pretty recent and not many people have it, so releasing an exclusive on it I don't think will do well for either party. So if I had to make a guess, I think this is another security breach situation where it was exclusive to PlayStation but it came out the same day as PC. It was just a time exclusive on consoles. Now if we want to start talking about the game, within the story I would like nothing William Afton related. Like sure, if they want to maybe mention him for the sake of something I'd be fine with, but nothing William Afton returning sake. Nothing like that whatsoever. We're at a point where most people will tell you they are sick of this motherfucker. We're at a point where most people are just sick of this guy. There are countless videos talking about his decline, and I recommend checking it out after watching this video. Enough with the story though, it's a bit too early still to predict what exactly is going to go on story wise. What I would like to talk about is the gameplay. One thing I would love Help Wanted 2 to do is, instead of focusing on the original games, try to focus on more recent stuff. And by recent, I mean the games that Help Wanted didn't cover. In the original, it covered mostly FNaF 1, 2, 3, a bit of 4, and a teensy sister location. I think Help Wanted 2 could start with sister location and represent more beyond that. So basically, of course, sister location, pizza simulator, security breach, and maybe ruin, though I don't exactly know how that would work. This brings me to a pretty interesting point I'd like to make though. Most people in the FNaF fandom have come out recently saying that they don't like sister location. Now, as for me, I'm gonna have to save that for a different video. But what I'll say now is I think sister location could be amazing in VR. And if Steelwill does take advantage of the VR, it could be a way to redeem sister location, if you will. Basically like how Help Wanted remade the first 3 original games, this one could remake sister location, quote unquote remake. And I feel like most fans would be pretty satisfied, and some might even liking sister location because of it. Not the original game, but just what it has to offer in Help Wanted 2. We've already got a glimpse of what this could be with the Funtime Freddy section. Since we're on the topic of sister location, what I think would be cool is that if you beat a sister location minigame, instead of a party room like in Help Wanted, you'd go back to your house like in the game. So basically there'd be a TV, you have your popcorn, and you can watch the cartoon. Heck, maybe there'll be a new episode. But this one is a little more out there. I kinda doubt this would be a thing, but you know, it's fun to think about stuff like that. If we want to talk about something that's a little more possible, then I would be willing to bet that FNaF 6 will have some sort of representation with the salvage section. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I'd want this is just to see these guys in VR, especially Scrap Trap. Not because this is a good design, no, it's because I just want to see this little peanut in 3D. He's looking at my ugly little peanut. But as a whole, it'd be cool to see someone like Scrap Baby in VR, or even Molten Freddy. Maybe he can like climb up the wall, or Lefty, maybe he can like capture you and like put you in the suit. I don't know, it'd just be cool to see the Scrap animatronics. And I guess Scrap Trap, but you know, ugly peanut. If we want to talk about something that's guaranteed is some form of Glamrocks, whether that be collectible items like plushies or just actually having them there in general. Maybe they could do a thing like in Help Wanted where you repair the animatronics, except this time it would be the Glamrocks. What would be really cool though is if they adapted some sections of Security Breach and made it to where you can like walk around and you just have to survive the animatronics, especially something like Phaser Blast. Think of how cool Phaser Blast would be in VR. It would also be really nice if we had Vanny in some shape, way, or form, though I don't exactly know how that would work story-wise, but you know, it's Vanny. Just be cool to have her there. It'd also be funny if she somehow got more screen time in this game than the game she was supposed to be like, you know, the main villain in, but then shows up for like only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 2 seconds. As a whole, Security Breach would be cool, and also walking sections like I mentioned with Phaser Blast. The Dreadbear DLC proved that walking sections could work, however there'd be the concern for those who would get too motion sick. That does make me wonder though, to the people who are motion sick, why did you get a VR headset? And if you found out after getting a VR headset, well, why do you still have the VR headset? Now, sections where you can walk will be amazing, but they would be amazing in original minigames. I know this video I've been talking about Security Breach, Sister Location, Pizza Sim, but as a whole I feel like this one should have more original games than Help Wanted. Definitely another vent repair minigame like the one we saw in Help Wanted with Mango would be a welcome addition. Something I would love for them to tone down on is Plush Baby, which sadly I have to bring up Bonkabon again. We saw a bit more of her, but this one looks a little more tolerable. I swear though, Steel Wolf, you let Plush Baby ruin another game? Anyways, I'd lastly like to talk about multiple endings, in that there shouldn't be multiple endings, unless they have a good idea. We've gotten to a point in the series where multiple endings are just expected, though it's hard to say they're satisfying most of the time. Ellis Mark made a perfect summary of what I think in his Ruin review, but to sum it up, no matter what, the ending should be satisfying, no matter which one you get. You still should get a ending, and not just a half-assed whatever the hell this was. As a whole, if I had to choose, I would just say no multiple endings whatsoever. At the very most, maybe 2 endings. One for the casual player, and another for the people who like really try hard or, I don't know, collect more glitch tapes. As a whole, I hope Steel Wool has learned from Security Breach in that having multiple endings doesn't really mean better. That is really all I have to say about Help Wanted 2 though, but if you guys got anything, let me know down in the comments. Let's try to stay reasonable though and not repeat the mistake of Security Breach, which I'll explain how I feel about Security Breach another day, so don't get the wrong idea now, or the right idea if you can, I don't know. Oh wait, I forgot one more thing I would love to see in Help Wanted 2. Monty Junk Scare.